Forgotten, but not gone. Peter Parker now lives anonymously in a run-down Queens apartment. His identity has been erased from everyone's memory due to Doctor Strange's spell. He struggles with the emotional fallout, especially being cut off from MJ and Ned. He takes freelance photography gigs to pay rent, while continuing his work as Spider-Man, patrolling the streets at night with a stitched-together, homemade suit. He's more careful, operating silently, avoiding public attention. Rise of the Kingpin. In the power vacuum left by the downfall of major crime lords, Wilson Fisk resurfaces. Rumored dead or in prison, he's back, more vicious and calculated. Through bribes, blackmail, and brute force, he begins retaking control of New York's underground. He uses charities and public works to mask his criminal operations and begins forming alliances with rogue scientists and mercenaries, including a man named Matt Gargan. Daredevil's warning. Matt Murdock, aka Daredevil, tracks Peter down during a late-night patrol. Still unaware of Peter's true identity, Matt senses Spider-Man is alone and offers cautious advice. He informs Peter that Fisk is building something bigger than just a gang war. He's engineering a citywide takeover. Matt suggests staying low, but Peter insists on stopping Fisk before it's too late. The new threat. A new, mysterious enforcer begins targeting and killing rival gang members with surgical precision. It's Matt Gargan, now transformed into Scorpion, equipped with a cybernetic tail that injects neurotoxin. His presence throws the entire city into panic. The media calls him the Stinger of Death. Peter narrowly misses an encounter with him while investigating a warehouse slaughter. Spidey's inner struggle. Peter spirals emotionally. He visits Aunt May's grave regularly and keeps a box of keepsakes hidden. Photos, MJ's necklace, Ned's Lego Death Star. He writes unsent letters to MJ, expressing how much he misses her and how he wishes things could be different. He questions whether he made the right choice, giving up his identity, and wonders if he's destined to be alone forever. The Black Cat appears. During a break-in at one of Fisk's high-tech armories, Spider-Man encounters Felicia Hardy, aka Black Cat. She's witty, confident, and graceful. At first, they fight, but when Spider-Man saves her from a collapsing ceiling, she proposes a truce. She's stealing from Fisk to fund her own anti-hero crusade. There's undeniable tension between them. She calls him Tiger. Crime war erupts. Fisk's brutal methods inspire fear and loyalty, but resistance arises. A full-blown gang war erupts, spilling into public spaces. Innocents are hurt in drive-bys and shootouts. Spider-Man swings into action to save a family trapped in a deadly crossfire. He realizes he can't do this alone. Meanwhile, the media paints the chaos as vigilantes causing more harm than good, just as Fisk intended. A glimpse of MJ. While swinging through Brooklyn, Peter sees MJ at the window of a coffee shop, laughing with friends. He freezes. He walks inside, but doesn't approach her. Instead, he leaves a simple note folded in a napkin. "I'm glad you're okay." She finds it, but doesn't recognize the handwriting. Still, it stirs something within her. The Scorpion Trap. Tracking a signal from one of Felicia's stolen devices, Spider-Man enters a warehouse, only to be ambushed by Scorpion. The fight is brutal. Scorpion injects him with a slow-acting poison, mocking him for being a bug about to die. Barely conscious, Peter's saved at the last minute by Black Cat, who helped him escape on her motorbike. Daredevil's plan. Peter meets Matt again on a rooftop. Matt shares intelligence about Fisk's communications network and offshore accounts. Together, they plan a stealth operation to expose Fisk's empire by taking down his data centers and financial records. They agree to use their combined skills to hit Fisk where it hurts, his influence. Into the shadows. Felicia and Peter infiltrate one of Fisk's private vaults to steal a crucial data drive. Along the way, they dodge automated defenses and bicker like old partners. Felicia opens up about her past, revealing her father was a thief killed by Fisk. She warns Peter that crusading alone will break him. There's a moment they almost kiss, but Peter pulls away. The Venom tease. At Oscorp, a post-credit style cut-in shows a black goose sample. symbiote fragment left in No Way Home, being studied. A researcher logs it as Subject V1. A voice says off-screen, Mr. Osborn wants results. The camera pans to a shadowy figure, Norman Osborn. Betrayal and capture. Felicia seemingly betrays Peter by luring him into another trap, this time directly to Scorpion. He's captured and restrained in a Fisk-funded lab. Felicia watches coldly, then later disables the guards and frees Peter, whispering, I needed them to trust me, so we could get this. She holds up the master key to Fisk's files. Peter versus Scorpion, Round 2. Recovered from the poison, Peter confronts Scorpion in a dirty alley. The fight is raw and violent. Scorpion's armor is upgraded. Peter takes a beating, but uses the environment, power lines, manhole covers to gain the upper hand. He defeats Scorpion, but refuses to kill him, saying, I'm not like you. The Daredevil duo raid. Peter and Matt break into Fisk's skyscraper. Daredevil takes the lower floors while Spider-Man scales the exterior to reach the server room. The dual fight sequence is parallel and intense. Alarms blare. Fisk watches from surveillance room, unmoved. Kingpin's monologue. Spider-Man and Fisk confront each other. Fisk gives a dark monologue. People crave order. They need someone to tell them what to fear. I'm giving them that. He threatens to leak fabricated crimes tied to Spider-Man to turn the public against him. Peter counters, uploading Fisk's real crimes to every news network. Final battle, Spider-Man versus Kingpin. Kingpin fights back physically. Despite his size, he's dangerous, more brawler than brute. Spider-Man uses agility, wits, and Felicia's gear to take him down. After a painful fight, Peter webs him to the lobby floor as sirens blare. Matt arrives with evidence in hand. Justice served. Fisk is arrested publicly. Scorpion is comatose in a hospital. Matt and Peter share a nod. Felicia vanishes, leaving behind a message on Peter's phone. You ever need me, you know how to find me. The city begins to recover, unaware of how close it came to collapse. New beginning. Peter visits Aunt May's grave. He burns the letter to MJ, finally letting go. He finishes stitching a new suit, a refined version of his classic look, symbolizing growth. As he swings through the city, we hear his inner voice. No one remembers me, but I remember who I am. Post-credit scenes. Scene 1. MJ finds Peter's napkin note in her drawer and stares at it. Something sparks in her memory. Scene 2. At Oscorp, Norman Osborn examines the symbiote sample, whispering, You'll be my greatest creation. Scene 3. A portal opens. A hologram of Reed Richards appears in Peter's apartment. Peter Parker, we need your help.